It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. What a snake most likely eats every day. Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you, and welcome to the Science Bowl, the interscholastic game show here in the county schools, where we bring outstanding students together and test their science IQs. Test your own and play along with us today. Let's meet today's teams. First, from Dodge Park Elementary, we should say hello to Audrey Alston, Julio Gonzalez, and Zanaya Pearson. And from Woodridge Elementary, here they are, Fareed Cruz, Kevin Herbert, and Franco Romero. Now, here are the categories of questions we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body system, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing, and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions. Everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
Here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty, with the easier questions worth 5 and 10 points, tougher ones worth 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest question of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points. No points deducted for incorrect answers. In the 2 rounds today, one of these talented teams will come back to play Avalon for the chance to move on in this year's elementary school competition. Let's go over and make sure everything works properly. Julio, would you try your buzzer for me? Red team looks like it's ready and raring to go. Julio, Zanaya, and Audrey. And Kevin, would you try your buzzer? All right, it sounds and the light looks good. Good luck to you, Franco and Fareed. All right, guys, let's have a good game. May the better team win. We go alphabetically D before W. So Dodge Park and Julio start the game. Give me a category and a number, please.
Super 8 for 5.
Super 8 for 5 points. Teams. Because he changed his mind so often, President Franklin Roosevelt was criticized by his predecessor, who called him one of these changeable lizards sitting on a piece of plaid. Dodge Park.
Chameleon.
Yeah, he called him a chameleon on plaid. Not a very flattering thing to say about anybody. Good answer. Go Red.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. Teams, in order to give some of the seedlings a chance to grow, to overwhelm the predators, oak trees will sometimes mast, meaning they will produce huge numbers of these. Woodridge?
Roots.
Not fruits. No. In order to give seedlings a better chance to grow, oak trees will sometimes produce huge numbers of these. Acorns. Oaks make acorns. So, animals can't eat them all, so some of them will survive and the seedlings will have a chance to grow into new oak trees. Try again, Red.
Let's get physical for 5.
Let's get physical for 5 points. Teams, the U.S. Capitol Dome, right now wrapped up in scaffolding, used to be covered with what same metal that the Statue of Liberty was plated with and has the chemical symbol Cu. Name that metal, Woodridge.
Copper.
Copper, yes, sir. Good. Go Green.
I know this. He said Statue of Liberty. Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, fall leaves are so beautiful because of the pigments xanthophyll and anthocyanin. They are prominent because what other more familiar pigment disappeared. Woodridge? What do you think, guys? Dodge Park. What pigment in leaves disappears in the fall so that the more vibrant colors come out? Chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the name of the green pigment found in plant leaves that dies and disappears in the fall so that the other pigments that were hidden all during the summer have a chance to reveal themselves. Go green.
Body systems for 10.
Bobby systems for 10 points. Teams, whether your belly button is an innie or an outie, it is a souvenir of what attachment that connected you to your mother. Woodridge.
Your umbilical cord.
Yes, sir. That's the way to say it. The umbilical cord. Good. Go.
Science. Dateline science for 20.
Dateline science for 20 points. Teams, because ultraviolet radiation exposure is great at 30,000 feet, airline pilots, more than any other people, are at great risk of developing melanoma, which is otherwise known as this. Come on, Dodge Park. What you want to tell me?
Air pressure?
Again?
Air pressure?
Not air pressure. We're talking about a disease now. Melanoma. Airline pilots are at a great risk of developing that because of all the ultraviolet radiation up to 30,000 feet where they fly. Melanoma is otherwise known as this.
Blindness?
Skin cancer. Skin cancer. Try again, green.
Science potpourri for 10.
Science potpourri for 10 points. Teams, the peak of the hurricane season occurs in what same month as the autumnal equinox? I need a month. Woodridge.
October. September.
What is your answer?
September.
September it is. Good. Go.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline science for 10 points. Back in World War I, the country of France awarded one of its highest medals to one of these birds that carried a message from the front lines back to the generals in Paris. Woodridge?
Pigeon.
A pigeon, yeah. It was a carrier pigeon known as Cher Ami, my friend. All right, 85 to 55. Dodge Park, let's get in the groove here. So now, Audrey, you got to help poor Julio out. He can't do it on his own. You got to help him out. Listen for the clues in the questions. Okay, green.
Zoo parade for 10.
Zoo parade for 10 points. All right. We know that the football team in Miami is named for the Dolphins. Dolphins are mammals. The baseball team in Miami is named for these bony fish. Woodridge.
The Mariners.
Not the Mariners, no. It's got to be a fish now. What are the bony fish that is the name of the baseball team in Miami?
Piranhas.
Again?
Piranhas.
Not piranhas. The Marlins. The Miami Marlins. You guys got to keep up with the next here in their schedule. All right, the buzzer is rung. We've come to the end of the first round. Woodridge is at 85. Dodge Park 55. We'll be back with the second round in just a moment. Don't go away.
I wanted to start a business that I was passionate about, something I absolutely enjoyed and believed in. I was doing the corporate grind, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green. My name's Steve Allen. I run Rad Cab in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We do pedicabs and mobile outdoor advertising. I love being social, talking to people. There's a lot of confusing stuff when you start a business. When I go in and talk to my store mentor, he really helps me sort it all out, and we just get organized. And when I go home, I feel confident about what's going on. It really feels amazing to create jobs here in my city.
It's incredibly awesome. I love to show it off.
You get a solid foundation for your business lead, everything else falls in place. SCORE has absolutely been the most invaluable resource that I've had from day one. For free, I could not imagine doing anything else.
Get your free business mentor at score.org.
And welcome back to Science. Well, so nice to have you here today. 6 outstanding young people playing our game, and we've had some tough questions, but they're acquitting themselves very well, and I know we're going to get some more points in the second half. Right, guys? All right. Let's go talk to the team from Dodge Park. And Julio, tell us about Dodge Park. Who's your principal?
Miss Holmes.
Miss Holmes out there rooting for you. And who's the sponsor of your team?
Mrs. James.
That's right. And Miss James is here today, and I know you have an alternate on your team, too, don't you?
Yes.
Who's that?
Jose,
and he's out there. He's chomping at the bit. He wants to get out here and help the team. Tell us about Dodge Park. What's the best thing about that school?
The teachers, they really care about the students, and they take teaching students and making them know seriously.
Absolutely. So they really care about the kids. And that's important, because you know right away if a teacher cares about you or not. And if that happens, Everything else is immaterial because you know you're in good hands. Thanks, Julio, for saying that. Nice tribute to your school. Tell me about yourself. What do you want to do someday?
I want to be a professional soccer player.
Yeah, and you play soccer right now, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. And how'd they make you the captain of this team?
When we tried out, they thought it was more.
You were telling me you had a lot of potential, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that you have a lot of potential, and you do. And you're doing a nice job over there. You're keeping a nice, cool, calm head, and I know you're going to get some answers in the second half here, right? All right, buddy. So now it's nice to have you with us today. Now, you used to like basketball. You're kind of tired of basketball, but what do you really like to do now?
I really like to take care of my dog, and I really like animals, especially when it comes to doing science projects on them.
Yeah, and of course you always are careful when you work around animals, because they have feelings. And tell me about your dog. It's a pit bull, right? And what's the pit bull's name?
His name is Poppy.
Wonderful. And do you take care of him?
Yes.
All right. So he's in good hands. Would you like to be a veterinarian someday?
Yes.
Yeah, I bet you'd be a good one. Audrey is a singer and a dancer, and I put her on the spot. I said, "Can you sing a number for me?" And she said, "No, wait a minute. I'm not here to do that." And I know you could, though, if you had to. Audrey, tell me about yourself. Why do you want to be on the show?
Because I think it would be fun to see you in real life.
Oh, wow. Can we give her an extra 20 points? I think that was just great. Audrey, you did that real well. And I'm flattered. I appreciate that. And I'm really happy to see you, too. And you're all wearing your school uniforms today? Yes? And, Audrey, what do you want to... you want to be a professional singer someday?
Yes.
And a professional dancer. And you have nice stage presence. I can see you doing that. You're welcome. Woodridge, nice to have you here today. Kevin, if you recognize him, he was here last year. Fareed was here last year. And Franco, he's the rookie of the team. Well positioned to help out over there. Tell me about Woodridge. Who's your principal?
Miss Harris.
And the sponsor of your team?
Mr. Bree.
Mr. Bree. And boy, is she into this game. She's been coming over and helping us judge. And she wants to know everything about the game so that she can prepare you well. And she's just a real asset to us. And we love having Joan with us. Any alternates on your team?
Yes.
Who's that?
Linda Valina.
All right, we'll bring the alternate out in just a few moments with Mr. Bree. Best thing about your school?
The field trip.
Field trip? Tell me, where have you gone?
We're going to the Owen Science Center. Soon the sixth graders will be going to North Bay for a week.
Oh, that is a great place. Have you been there before?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're in for a real treat. Field trips are great, aren't they? Because they take you out into the real world. I mean, you learn about it in school and you get to experience it. It's just... and those are souvenir experiences, like we hope this is. It's nothing you'll never forget. What do you want to do someday, Kevin?
I'd like to be a professional baseball player.
Yeah. You're a catcher, aren't you? You play for a team in Greenville? Mm-hmm. And who's your favorite professional team?
Los Angeles Dodgers.
Very good. All right. You had a good choice there. Playing a good game. Franco, good to have you with us. You like games? Yeah. You want to be a video game designer. That seems to be a hot profession among youngsters your age. Tell me, if you're not playing games, what are you doing?
Sometimes I build with Lego.
Legos, yeah. We were talking earlier, and he wishes he had been to Legoland, but there's none close to us, is there? But Legos. Did you see the Lego movie?
Yes.
Wasn't it great? I thought, what can this be about? But they really did a nice job on that. Fareed, nice to have you back. Tell us the Fareed story. What do you do in your spare time?
Well, I like to play basketball, read, sing a little bit, and watch TV.
Watch TV. Do you have a favorite TV show other than Science Ball? Nothing. Okay. Good to have you with us, and I won't make you sing just as I won't make Audrey sing. You just keep playing a nice game. Let's get back to it. 85 Woodridge, 55 Dodge Park. Lots of questions yet to go. Start us out, Kevin.
Green things 10.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, Irish moss is not moss at all. It's actually a kind of this simplest green plant that oftentimes fouls up your aquarium at home. Woodridge.
Algae.
Algae, yeah. Sometimes you have to pump brakes and you come in, it looks like pea soup in there. That's algae overpopulating. Go again, Green.
Zuparade for 15.
Zuparade for 15 points. Seems... big word. Listen carefully to the description here. If two species live together, sometimes help each other, sometimes don't, like ants that herd aphids, and the aphids in turn produce a nice liquid to feed the ants. They both benefit. What S initial term describes when animals have a relationship with each other? Dodge Park. What you think, guys? Julio, what do you want to tell me? Woodridge. When you have two species living together, sometimes benefiting each other, sometimes just one benefits, sometimes one of them harms the other. What does that S initial term to describe that relationship?
I'd like to pass it to Fareed.
Species interaction.
Species interaction. Good try. Symbiosis. Symbiosis is the term that we were looking for. Try again, Green.
Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, if you win this game by 5 points, you're going to go home tonight and tell your parents, we got by the skin of our what? Dodge Park. Skin of our what?
Skin of our bones.
Not the skin of our bones. We got by the skin of our what?
Fingers.
Teeth. By the skin of our teeth. It's an idiom. Try again, Green.
State line signs for 15.
State line signs for 15 points, teams. Buzz Aldrin was the second man to do this, literally following in the footsteps. Kevin?
To land on the moon.
Tell me more.
To moonwalk.
Moonwalk. Yeah, he followed Neil Armstrong as being the second man to walk on the moon and literally following in his footsteps. He has appeared on The Big Bang Theory. Buzz Aldrin has. He was on The Simpsons. And he was on Dancing with the Stars. Go, Green.
Science potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, October 10th, 1979, here in Washington. You were not alive then. I was. It was the earliest ever that this fell in D.C. Julio, come on.
Meteor.
No, not a meteor. Woodridge.
Leaves.
Snow. Snow. It was the earliest snowfall ever. Meteor was a good try. Go, Green.
Dateline science for 5.
Dateline science for 5 points, teams. Recently, people were saying to the Russians, you have to go up to that spacecraft and rescue those lizards that were up there that you sent, that they were trying to make lizards that we know famously can walk up walls and across ceilings and help here in America to sell insurance. Woodridge?
The geckos.
Geckos, yeah, they even had a hashtag. Hashtag go get those geckos. Good. Green.
Green things for 20, please.
Green things for 20 points. Teams, we all know about global warming. One of the consequences is that we are conducting an experiment whereby we are fertilizing all of the world's plants with what gas is actually helping them grow bigger. Carbon
dioxide.
Yes, carbon dioxide. I love that you got those points. Good. Go, Julio. Yes, sir.
Let's get physical for 10.
Get physical for 10 points. Teams, if you travel to Titan, which is one of the moons of Saturn, you will find lakes there, not filled with water, but with ethane and methane. Those chemicals on Earth aren't liquid. They're this. Woodridge?
Gases.
Yeah, they're gases. Yeah. Good. Go. Green. Kevin?
Body systems for 15.
Body systems for 15 points, teams. Pulmonary fibrosis is a disease that has no cure. The only hope for people with pulmonary fibrosis is to get a transplant of what organ? You have to get a new what, Julio?
Kidney.
Nope. Woodridge, pulmonary fibrosis, only cure, get a transplanted what?
The liver.
Lung. Pulmonary, that was your clue. Pulmonary always refers to lungs. Go, Green.
Science potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points, teams. I know you have used these in your science class. These triangular pieces of glass that white light goes in and comes out all the colors of the rainbow, Dodge Park. What do you call that? Yes, sir? What do you want to tell me? You rang in?
Rectangular prism.
Yes, a prism. Good. Don't be shy. Got it. Good. Go.
Let's get physical for 15.
Let's get physical for 15 points. Teams, A set of toothed wheels that work together to make a machine go forward are these things that we like to shift on our bicycles. Dodge Park. Yes?
Brakes.
Not brakes. Kevin, what do we shift?
Gears.
Gears, yeah. Those toothed wheels. Good. Green.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo parade for 20 points. Visual question. Look at the monitor in the studio, please. You're looking at a stuffed version of Lonesome George, the last living species of giant tortoises in the world. This is in New York City, far away from what islands that these turtles lived on off the coast of South America, Woodridge.
The Bahamas?
Not the Bahamas. What islands off the coast of South America did these giant tortoises live on? Come on.
Caribbean?
Galapagos Islands. The Galapagos Islands. Try again, please, Green.
Let's get potpourri for 20, please.
Potpourri for 20 points. Teams, if you want to buy, I know I've a prospective paleontologist for you. If you want to buy a dinosaur bone, you can go online to a store called Darwin and Wallace, named for Charles Darwin and Alfred Wallace, two men who will be forever associated with what theory about creatures changing over the course of time, Woodridge?
Evolution?
Yeah, evolution. That is it. Good. Green.
Green things for 25.
Come on, Julio, jump in here.
Green things for 25, please.
Green things for 25. Big one in that category. Tough question. Teams, we know that ferns don't produce flowers like most plants. But if you look inside the stem of a fern, it's going to look just like the inside of a stem of most flowering plants because it is a vascular plant. Dodge Park. What does vascular mean?
Vascular means
it has a
stem.
No, not that it has a stem. A vascular plant means that what's inside those stems?
Cells?
No, tubes. Tubes. Xylem and phloem tubes that distribute water and food. Try again, Green. Go.
Let's get physical for 20.
Get physical for 20 points, teams. Solar flares on the surface of the sun are responsible for those brilliant colors you see in the sky across the northern hemisphere. What are those called, Julio? What are those?
Rainbow.
Not rainbow. Good try. What are those colorful night skies up in the northern hemisphere caused by the solar flares?
The northern lights.
Northern lights, yes, sometimes called the aurora borealis as well. Good comeback. Nice try, Julio. Get them next time. Go Green.
Body systems for 20, please.
Body systems for 20 points. Teams, the uvea, UVEA, is the actual colored part of this colored part of the eye that surrounds your pupil.
Cornea.
Woodridge.
The cornea?
Not the cornea. What is the colored part of the eye that surrounds the pupil? Come on, Dodge Park. You can get this one.
Iris.
Iris. That's it. Good. Go. Red.
Zoo parade for 25.
Zoo parade for 25 points. Teams, shrews are animals that are almost blind that live underground. But they can find their way around the same way that a bat can. How is that, Dodge Park?
Listening?
No, tell me more.
No, they use their ears to listen and travel?
Not enough. Woodridge, can you tell me how shrews navigate underground even though being almost totally blind? They navigate by the same method that bats use.
Hearing and smelling?
Sonar. They sound, they screech, and then they hear the reverberation. Echolocation. No points to red again. Julio. Pick one.
Body system for 25.
Body system 25. Look at the monitor. Visual question. I'm going to take you back 450 years. This is Dr. Vesalius, and you are seeing him dissect a human cadaver, a corpse, for the very first time. He was the beginning of what subject that all medical students study to become doctors? Dodge Park.
Operation?
Not operation. What branch of science, what course that all medical students have to take started with that lesson? Anatomy. Learn how the body is put together. The buzzer is run. We've come to the end of the game. It looks like Woodridge has done it. We'll be back in a moment. Don't go away.
Going slow.
school pregnant riding the bus. That was hard. You just have all the stares and you have all the questions, and even little kids make you nervous just staring at you. When you get pregnant, all the stuff just goes through your mind. Abortion, adoption, keeping him. You're his mom. You're supposed to be the one taking care of him and raising him. But when you're 15 and pregnant, you can't do it without support. I wanted to give him a better life. When I found out I was pregnant, I don't know, just a light hit me in my heart, just saying, adoption, what you need to do. I really have a simple dream. I just want to get my nursing career, get married, and have a family. When I get pregnant again, give them a good life. I'm Miranda, and I chose adoption.
And welcome back to Science Bowl. Hope you enjoyed today's game. We're proud of all of our players. They look good and they knew a lot of science, and we just know that they're among the best here in Prince George's County. Our final tally is Dodge Park 110, Woodridge 180. Congratulations to the boys in blue, Fareed and Kevin and Franco and Linda. Congratulations to you and Mr. Bree. We'll see you in the next round against Avalon. Let me see some smiles over here. You guys are great. Audrey, you might want to sing about this. Audrey and Julio and Zanaya, nice job today. Jose, I want to see you next year on the team. Miss James, thank you for doing this today. We appreciated all the work you did. And thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Science Bowl. Bye-bye.